You live in Dandytown with all your favorite dandy characters like Desperate Dan, Percy Payne, Beryl the Peril, Winker Watson, Corky the Cat, Brain Dwayne, and many, many more. You live in Dandytown with all your favorite dandy characters like Desperate Dan, Percy Payne, Beryl the Peril, Winker Watson, Corky the Cat, Brain Dwayne, and many, many more. You say, and, today at First Class characters starring Kylie and Lucy vs. Wilf and Eddie. As you enter the classroom for First Class characters starring Kylie and Lucy vs. Wilf and Eddie, you see your friends sitting at the front of the room, eagerly awaiting the start of the show. Kylie is wearing her signature pink tank top and matching shorts, while Lucy is decked out in a black leather miniskirt and matching jacket. By this time Wilf and Eddie sneaks up looking at Kylie and Lucy walks away. You notice that Wilf and Eddie are trying to hide behind Kylie and Lucy as they enter the classroom, but they are not quick enough to avoid being caught. You can see the disappointment on their faces as they realize they didn't make it into the show. You think Wilf. No one's gonna stop me this time yet. Kylie and Lucy turn around to see Wilf and Eddie standing there, their faces red with embarrassment. Kylie rolls her eyes and says, "You guys need to learn some manners. This is not a game where you can just sneak in." Lucy adds, "And besides, we can always use a break from you too." So, it does terrible think now, Eddie, anger Wilf. Eddie looks up at Wilf with a mix of anger and frustration. "It doesn't matter what I think," he says. "The show's over, and I have to go home." Wilf steps forward and grabs Eddie's arm, twisting it behind his back. "You know we're just messing with you," he says. You say, "Oh, my goodness." You can see the tension between Wilf and Eddie, and you wonder what will happen next. The show is still playing out on the stage, but you're more focused on the drama between your friends. As the tension continues to build, you realize that this could become a major issue. You need to do something to defuse the situation before it gets out of hand. My gosh, point towards hand up, "Lucy, look," gasp Kylie. As you point towards your hand, Lucy looks at you with a mix of surprise and concern. "What's going on?" she asks. You explain the situation to her and Kylie, and they both agree that something needs to be done to prevent a fight from breaking out. You buy the time ready to as results to your guard policeman on the police station. You quickly gather your courage and approach the police station, hoping to speak with your guard policeman. As you approach the entrance, you see him sitting at his desk, reading a newspaper. You explain the situation to him and he listens attentively. After you finish, he nods and says, "I'll take care of it. Don't worry." Meanwhile, Kylie and Lucy watch straight into your worried. As you leave the police station, Kylie and Lucy watch you go with worried looks on their faces. You know that you need to come up with a solution to this situation before it gets out of hand. You can't let your friends get involved in a fight that could ruin their reputation and careers. You say, "Peace." "Excuse you, officer bodyguard," whisper Lucy. You turn around and whisper to Lucy, "Hey, excuse me. Do you think you could help me get a look at Wilf's phone?" Lucy nods and follows you to the corner of the room. You both sneak up to Wilf's phone and see a text message from his friend Eddie. "I'll take that." You say, "Ha, ha, 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 ha." Wilf and Eddie hard laughter and speakerphone. As you read the text message, you can see the anger and frustration building in Wilf and Eddie's faces. They're laughing and hard at the same time, clearly enjoying the situation. You quickly realize that you need to do something to defuse the situation before it escalates further. In the later. Lucy and Kylie march out ran towards the police station. You quickly turn around and follow Lucy and Kylie as they march out of the classroom and towards the police station. As you walk, you can feel the tension between your friends and their friends still simmering. You try to keep your cool and maintain a positive attitude, but it's hard when you know that this could end in a fight. Later, Kylie and Lucy walks in the garden of the fields. As you catch your breath and calm down, you and your friends decide to take a walk in the fields. The sun is shining and the birds are singing, and you're grateful for the moment of peace and quiet. Kylie and Lucy chat about their lives and plans for the future, while you take in the beauty of the surrounding scenery. You say, huh? Lucy and Kylie gasps, it's bad boys. As you walk, you notice a group of boys approaching from the opposite direction. They're all wearing matching outfits and have a dangerous look in their eyes. You can feel your heart racing as you wonder what they're up to. Lucy and Kylie both gasp in surprise as they see the group of boys. It's bad boys. You say, well. Wilf pretends you're the rotter disguised to beat to revenge. You try to hide your shock as Wilf pretends to be the rotter disguise to beat the boys to revenge. The boys approach you and Kylie and Lucy, and you can feel your heart pounding in your chest. You know that you need to do something to defuse the situation before it gets out of hand. What do you want? But that time Kylie stamps his Wilf's foot. Ouch, he screams. As Wilf stumbles back from the stomping, Kylie steps forward and delivers a solid kick to his side. The boys back off for a moment, but then they charge at you and Kylie, ready to fight. You can see the anger and frustration in their eyes, and you know that this could turn into a full-blown brawl. Then. Lucy stamps again his Eddie's foot. Ow, he yells. As you step forward to defend yourself and Lucy, you notice that the boys are starting to circle around you. You can feel their anger and aggression building as they get closer and closer. You know that you need to come up with a solution fast, before things get out of hand. You say, you can't doing this about my Dandytown again. You take a deep breath and try to defuse the situation. Look, boys, you say firmly, you can't do this about my Dandytown again. It's not right. The boys look at each other, surprised by your words, and then back off. The Kylie and Lucy ring to send this boys to jail. As the situation begins to calm down, Kylie and Lucy approach the boys and ring the police to send them to jail. You watch as the boys are taken away, feeling relieved that the situation has been diffused. You know that you need to be more careful in the future, especially with your friends. Here it comes Mr. Bodyguard. As you finish up your conversation with Kylie and Lucy, you hear a knock on the door. You open it to see Mr. Bodyguard standing there with a stern look on his face. Ms. Bodyguard, he says, I hope I'm not interrupting anything important. You can tell that he's not happy with the situation that just unfolded. You send these boys to jail. Anger Mr. Bodyguard. You raise your voice and say, send those boys to jail. Mr. Bodyguard nods and quickly takes the boys into custody. You can see the relief in their faces as they are led away, and you feel grateful for their help. You know that you need to be more careful in the future, especially when it comes to your friends. You say, well done, girls. Ms. Bodyguard cheered. You turn to Kylie and Lucy and give them a smile. Well done, girls. Ms. Bodyguard cheers. You all stand there for a moment, catching your breath and taking in the calm that has settled over the area. You know that you need to be more careful in the future, especially when it comes to your relationships with your friends. You say, thank you, Ms. Bodyguard. Proud Kylie, there is always to send the arrest Wilf and Eddie. You turn to Kylie and Lucy and say, thank you, Ms. Bodyguard. There is always something to do, isn't there? Kylie nods in agreement and says, we can't forget about Wilf and Eddie. They might try to come after us again. Kylie and Lucy going to the Dandytown in Dandy Club was happiest again. You can see the excitement in their eyes as they prepare to head back to Dandytown. You know that it's important to always be careful and to trust your friends, especially when it comes to the safety of your home. You can only hope that you never have to face a situation like this again. Take a turn. Continue. Retry. Erase.